welcome to another edition of PaynePoints of Interest. I'm Sarah Harbuck, and with me is Mike Payne. And today we have a question from a Reddit user named NoBallsBuddy, and they are talking about their market growth. So it says, my business has been established for 8 years and serves the local market only. Basically, 85% of our business is delivering our product within a 4-mile radius. We have the ability to completely deliver to a 10-mile radius and remain 15% of our sales are completed in this area, but we wish to expand. I own and run a successful florist business with an amazing local reputation, something I've worked really hard on, both with online reviews and just being really good at amazing customer service. My team of 8 are on board with this mentality. Apart from improving keywords online to increase exposure for the next literal ring of local customers, I am at a loss as how to increase our market share and hit others in the area and show how great we are. I'm pleased to share that our customer retention is good, so it's not about keeping them that's the problem. It's getting them on board in the first place. Any ideas would be welcome. I'm definitely not someone that thinks I've been doing this long enough that there's nothing you can't teach me. Please teach away. So I thought this was an interesting question because I feel like a lot of our local listeners would have this issue where you get to a point and you can't break that ceiling. So what's your advice there, Mike? Because you know a little bit more about the whole conversion thing than I do.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of sub-questions to this. The business has been established for 8 years and serves the local market. Like the poster said, 85% of the business is delivering the product within a 4-mile radius.
That's not very big.
What's impressive is that a business with 9 people is doing 85% of their required revenue and has been for 8 years on a 4-mile radius customer base.
Right.
So,
I wonder how big their town is. They don't list any specifics about what their area is like, unfortunately, which would be interesting to know. Is it the size of Lufkin, where you got 40,000 people? Or is it something like, Huntington, where, you've got a few thousand people? I would be interested to know what the size of the area is like.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a huge difference, between downtown Los Angeles in a 4-mile radius and,
downtown Lufkin.
Downtown Lufkin 4-mile radius.
Yeah, that's a bit of information we're missing that would help answer this. If you've got such a great success in such a small area, and without having to, say, open up a second location across town in order to gain a wider market, is there something they can do in their advertising that would change that and expand? Is it just a simple matter of when they do a Facebook campaign, they put their market area into a much bigger circumference?
I even wouldn't put it in a much bigger circumference. I would
just to the whole town.
maybe to an area. If you do 85% of your business in 4 miles and you want to expand it to say 15, right?
Yeah.
Well, then literally expand the radius to 15 miles, right? Continue advertising within that 4, right? But gear the advertisement towards first-time customers.
Yeah.
Right? So if you run a special where first-time customers get this, special gift or this special deal, then a lot more people who may or may not know about you because they're pretty close to your 4-mile radius, they'll come down, they'll run by and get their special deal, and maybe they'll be repeat customers. They said they don't have a problem with repeat customers.
Yeah.
So
it's getting new people in the door. It's
offering that first time deal is a huge way, and doing it as much as possible. I mean, there's a little bit of work to track the customers and the system for their first time customer discount. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're kind of a delivery based service, that'd be a little bit more difficult to do anyway.
Yeah.
For the most part, but yeah, I mean, that first time customer is a great way to expand it, and it's a great way to keep it focused too. You can still use social media as an advertising source. You could have someone put flyers up around the neighborhoods that you're in.
Yeah, partnering up with other local businesses like photographers doing style shoots or bridal shops or really anything like that where you could get your stuff, maybe collaborating, and you'll spend a little money on some product for them to have some stuff for their photo shoot, but as long as they tag you, and if it's being published into, say, like a local magazine or a newspaper or something, you can have them credit you as the individual that provided the flowers for the photos or what have you. I think maybe networking within people in similar businesses, photography, dress shops, jewelry stores, a lot of guys, if they're going to buy a piece of jewelry, sometimes they want flowers to go with it. Thinking a little bit outside the box necessarily in traditional advertising, whether that be social media or print and TV and radio, maybe their best bet is working with some other local businesses.
Right. And you may find a completely different line of business there as well.
Yeah.
As grim as it sounds, okay, getting in good with churches and mortuaries as a florist.
Or wedding venues or
wedding venues. Wedding planners, be the florist for a specific planner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a huge entrepreneur business right there, is being a wedding planner.
Yeah.
No,
funerals definitely, I always forget about that because, but going to the funeral homes and maybe leaving some business cards or flyers or something, so that when people are having to deal with something like that, they have ready-made information right there laid out to them by the individual helping them plan a very difficult event.
Right, exactly. And that's where I don't always believe somebody when they say, we're 85% of our business. Yeah. 85% of your business may be doing you real good, right? But it could be 5% of what you could be doing, even in that 4-mile radius.
Yeah. There's probably so many different avenues for this individual to, throw a net out to 10, and maybe 2 or 3 are going to catch on, and trying several different things rather than just one. Putting a lot of money into new advertising, say. I really think with a business like this, like you said, offering a special for an event and partnering up with local businesses for maybe a discount off of, certain products that they may order from them if they're bring in a receipt from so-and-so and we'll give you 10% off your order, that kind of thing, which doesn't really cost you anything out of pocket. So I feel like they might have the great customer service, but they may need to network with people within their similar industry and branch out that way. I mean, that's how it works here in small towns.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much in the big city, but I'm assuming they're in a smaller area.
And digital is still gold.
Yeah.
I mean, you can learn a lot online about digital marketing. Google does have a lot of free tools, free courses even you can take on digital marketing and things like that. But really, honestly, when it boils down to it, unless you've already bought yourself the time to really in-depth learn what that is and how to do it, you're better off hiring somebody who already knows it, getting somebody else on your team who's good with that, and helping you with the specifics while you, as the business owner, lay out the grand plan. Yeah,
definitely. All right, well, that is, I think, all going to be all for us today. If you have any questions or comments or additional thoughts that you'd like to add, please hit us up on our social media. Our website is PaynePoints.com. Our Facebook and LinkedIn is PaynePoints. Instagram is Payne.points, and Twitter is at PointsPayne. We'll be back tomorrow with a whole other set of topics, and we'll see you then.